All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to explore this really powerful art experience called Every Human, the Hidden Self Exhibition.
So imagine you get there, and the very first thing you see isn't a piece of art, it's a warning. It says, enter the self-exhibition at your own risk. Right away, you know this isn't going to be your typical museum visit. I mean, think about that for a second. What kind of art exhibition warns you before you even go inside? It's not just an invitation, is it? It feels more like a provocation, a dare. It makes you wonder what you're about to find, not just on the walls, but maybe inside yourself.
And that warning is our first big idea here. Enter at your own risk.
Here's why that warning is there. This isn't just art you passively look at. No, this is art that looks right back at you. And that simple twist, it flips the whole gallery experience on its head. The focus suddenly shifts from an object on the wall to the subject in the room. And that subject is you.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth do they pull that off? Well, it's all through this incredible concept they call the hidden self-exposition.
And the setup is so simple, it's actually genius. The entire experience really just comes down to two things: a bunch of mirrors placed in just the right spots, and a single unfinished phrase.
And this is exactly what that moment feels like. You walk up to what you think is a piece of art, but instead, you just see yourself, your own reflection right there. And printed at the bottom are the German words, Jeder Mensch ist Kunst, which means every human is art.
So this whole thing is called the Versteckte Selfausstellung, or hidden self-exhibition. It's literally an interactive experience where you, the person looking, become the subject of the art. The mirrors and the text are just prompts to get you to really think right there in the moment. And okay, this is where it gets really clever. Every single mirror starts with the same two words, Jeder Mensch, which again means every human. But that's it. It's an incomplete sentence. The exhibition is deliberately asking you to finish it in your head. Every human is worthy. Every human has a story. You actually become a co-creator of the artwork's meaning.
This little interaction leads us straight into the philosophical heart of the whole piece. Every human is art.
Which, of course, makes you ask a pretty fundamental question. If you're in an exhibition that's made up entirely of mirrors, then who is the real work of art on display?
The exhibition doesn't shy away from it either. It puts the question right in your face. Wer ist Kunst? Who is art? And it's not a trick question. It's demanding an answer from the person staring back in the mirror.
And the answer is right there, rooted in a pretty revolutionary artistic idea. It comes from the concept artist Wolf Fostel, who declared, every human being is a work of art. It's just so direct and powerful, you can't help but stop and think about it. Now, this wasn't a totally new idea, but it's a profound one. Famous artists like Joseph Beuys, they championed this expanded definition of art. They argued that our lives, our thoughts, our actions, our very existence are the truest forms of art. In that view, we are the masterpieces.
But this exhibition isn't just about personal philosophy, it's also making a very powerful statement against discrimination.
You know, the phrase every human is so powerful because it's universal. It doesn't leave anybody out. It's been called a silent scream against prejudice. Because if you truly believe that every human is a work of art, then you can't devalue someone based on their background. It just doesn't compute. And this really places the exhibition in a long, proud tradition of art as social commentary. I mean, from Picasso's Guernica, screaming against war, to Jacob Lawrence's Migration series, documenting racial injustice, art has always been a way to fight back. This installation, in its own quiet way, is part of that same battle. So, where does all of this leave you? Well, the final section connects this entire experience to a really beautiful German concept the creators call the morning mirror face. See, the exhibition is designed to follow you home. It's meant to stick with you until you have that moment of das Spiegelgesicht am Morgen, the face you see in the mirror in the morning. That intimate, unguarded moment of self-reflection we all have is now completely reframed by this one powerful message. Which leads us to the final, lingering question. After an experience that literally forces you to see yourself as a work of art, could you ever look at yourself, or anyone else for that matter, the same way again?
Ultimately, the experience leaves you with this one undeniable idea. It's not just a clever phrase, it's a whole new lens through which to see the world and every single person in it. Every human is art.